We are live and we are going hot with episode 2 of the LevelMeUp podcast. Hope everybody's having a great evening. Joined as always with our co-host and one of my really good friends, Case Stefano at the Sith Father and all socials. How you doing, Case?
What's up, man? You have a good Monday?
You know, man, Mondays stink, but I'm happy we're doing this on a Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm sorry, you have a good Tuesday?
Yeah, definitely a good Tuesday.
Good.
Better now. This is gonna be I think it's be a good podcast here.
Dude, I always look forward to having something to do after work and stuff like that. It makes the days something to look forward to the next day and stuff like that.
I know. Honestly, we might start treating Tuesdays like Fridays, man. So I'm really excited to do these, honestly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
We got a lot of good content coming to you guys. We got a couple good topics. We got some pretty big news stories as well. So we should have a lengthy discussion here for you guys. So I think we kind of want to start it off from the top. And this is kind of, me and Casey's background in gaming. Our favorite and our least favorite gaming controller of all time. Now, this is kind of a tough one because we could really piss some people off here, Case. I don't know how a lot of people feel about our choices.
Yeah, we'll see. People with the Sony and Microsoft preferences. I don't know.
Exactly, and especially some OG lovers of some controllers. People are really nostalgic about certain controllers as well. So I don't know. We'll see. But do you want to start? I'll just throw it out there. I'm just going to go ahead and get my probably most controversial one out. Okay. My least favorite controller of all time is the Nintendo 64 controller.
Solid choice.
Reason being because thinking back on it, why were there 3 handles? Who has 3 hands? We only have 2 hands. I never knew how to correctly hold that thing. Do you hold it from the right side to the left side, or how do you exactly hold that thing? It was a good controller for the time, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, the whole the 3 different prongs on it didn't physically make sense at all. In my opinion, my least favorite controller of all time is the Dreamcast controller.
Oh yeah,
that big box clunky thing. And when I had it, I was really young. When I played with you, we were really young. So I had to put my little tiny hands around this mass. I felt like the Burger King hands guy. Just tiny little hands on this massive controller.
And do you remember? I don't know if you remember. It only had one analog stick, so you only control with one on the left hand, and then it had buttons in the right. And it definitely felt like it was really cheap plastic too.
Oh yeah, the plastic was terrible.
Yeah, definitely not the best controller.
For sure. Yo, we got T Swin in the chat, by the way. We got Daniel across the pond. What's good?
How's everyone doing, guys?
Hey.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, what's good, guys? Now, you can't drop any subs. We haven't hit affiliate yet. We're just getting started, but we'll get there, my guy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, let's get some subs in this damn channel, man. Come on. We don't have anything like that yet. What, we got 10 followers?
Yeah. Well, much love. All right.
Thanks for joining in, guys.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, guys. The GameCube controller to me was also just horrible. There, like the Nintendo, there was extra spots where your thumbs could go. The controller was just, there was 12 buttons on the whole thing.
Yeah, and I agree. I'll have to also shout out the original Xbox controller too, because that thing was a box. It was a brick, dude. I don't know do you remember that thing?
Yes, the black.
Dude, it was almost too big for your hands. You could barely even hold that sucker.
That's why I feel like the first Xbox didn't do too well. Compared to Sony products, Sony was just killing it at the time compared to Xbox. That's why I had a PS2.
which will bring me to probably my favorite controller of all time. Has got to be the PS2 controller, man. That PS2 controller, I don't know, something about it. It just fits so perfectly in your hand. Every button was easy to press. You know, I don't know. Did they change a lot from the PS2 to PS3? I don't even remember. But the PS2,
mean, not really. Besides, like the triggers and everything were like definitely way better. But the touchscreen didn't get brought into play until what? This 4?
You mean I don't even know what they even call it. What they even call it on the PlayStation? I'm not a PlayStation guy, but DualSense, Dual something.
Well, that's the new one.
They swing, exactly. You guys remember? You could see the white dust that was like collecting inside of the thumbstick in the PS2. And you had to sometimes get in there and wipe that, whatever that was, white mist out of the analog sticks.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you had to constantly clean those. You saw everything. Dual shock.
That's what it was.
Yeah. But yeah,
and I also have to say a shout out. Also, definitely a shout out to the 360 controller too. Because I mean the 360 and the Xbox One, I think they're the same as that controller, and that's why they didn't change it for the one. Because the 360 controller might be like top 3 controller of all time as well. It just I don't know. It just felt really good in your hands.
Great. That's honestly why I continued to be on console for so long. I mean, the 360, even though the red ring was an amazing console.
Yeah, and I don't know if you probably have not felt a new Series X controller yet. So basically it's the same thing, but just a little bit smaller. But I have really big hands, so like the back of my fingers like kind of overlap on the new Series X controller. I'm not a huge fan of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It feels really nice, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like it's just a little bit too small.
Yeah, someone with big hands. Did you ever like the Elite controllers? I know they're a bit heavier, right?
Yeah, really heavier, and they're also a lot more expensive. You know, they can customize the crap out of it with like the triggers in the back and like interchangeable buttons. I would love one, honestly, but I haven't gotten one yet.
They also have Xbox, like it's a fusion controller for Xbox. Hold on, I'm about to pull it on over the chat. And that's like $80. Yeah, right here. Chat.
Dog is going crazy right now. Sorry about that, guys.
It's got paddles on the back of it.
So kind of like the Elite.
Yeah, and it's $80, so it's cheaper than the Elite, but it's got the paddles that you can still
Yeah.
do. So if you're in the market for a controller, then it could be something. But yeah.
Now the rumor is, I think there's an Elite 2 out now. I believe that's the most recent one, but the Elite 3 they haven't announced yet. But they're probably going to add what they call it, the haptic feedback triggers that the PlayStation has in the PS5. They're probably going to add that to the new Elite controller.
Why not? Like that.
I'll probably hold out for that.
Is there like Xbox needs to step up and definitely have something like that?
Yeah. Damn, that's just kind of cool. Because I've heard like when you play Call of Duty, it's like playing a new game because you can actually. It almost feels like you're pulling the actual trigger of a gun because it's like it's really easy to pull or really hard to pull.
You know, the devs had some play with that and saying like, "Yo, make this for Call of Duty."
I think Call of Duty is like one of the only games that can use it now.
That's where most of their money is being generated towards. So why not make stuff to like amplify that gameplay?
Exactly. Well, what was your favorite controller? Did you say it already?
I definitely loved both of yours. I honestly, you know what was really cool to me, super cool, and always will be, was the Wii like remote. Like, it was just different. It was the first thing that we got that was like really like wireless, or like not wireless, but like something that we could motionally play wireless. You know, we had like Guitar Hero and stuff like that, but that was still wired connection. But when we had the Wii, I don't know. That just kind of was mind blowing technology wise to me.
Wii bowling,
Yeah,
Wii
dude.
tennis, the Wii Sports. That's like the only thing I ever played in the Wii was
Wii
the sports.
Sports was an awesome game, and it's probably the best game that we had.
I'm trying to think of like, did they have like Super Mario
Dude,
Kart
we
and like
used to get
Smash and
together
stuff,
in
but
Snyder's
just sports is the
living
best.
room, and we would play Wii bowling for hours, man. That game was
Yep.
awesome.
I agree. Honestly, yeah, I like the Wii controller. I just don't think it's really just the old controllers I didn't like the N64, Dreamcast, original Xbox.
It's
But I
like-
think controllers nowadays they're
Yeah, they
getting
realize
pretty
what
good. They're
people's
pretty
hands
good.
are like, dude. Like, what was Nintendo thinking with the N64 controller? Honestly,
I know it just never made sense to me
I
why
got
there's
three
three
different
little.
appendages like that.
Which I think I held the middle one and then I held the right side. I never held the left side. I don't know if you did the same thing. I always held like the middle one and then the right
Yeah,
one.
the middle and the right one, because like that was where all the clickable buttons were, and that's all.
Yeah.
All I needed for like Super Smash Brothers and stuff like that. You never really
Yeah, so it's like
needed
why
the
you even had the
D-pad.
left side?
The
Didn't make
D-pad
sense.
was like for like going through like menus. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like I never really even used that side.
Yeah, because you could still use the analog,
Yeah. Right.
but the analog was, dude. If you broke that middle plastic piece, that was the other thing, dude. It was like that hard plastic little peg that you're like playing with on this crappy controller that needs another arm.
Exactly. Speak of crazy dogs, Maggie, or I think it was Zach. When I was really young, that little middle piece, Zach chewed off that little middle piece of one of my controllers. So you obviously couldn't even use it after it's gone. So
Nice
thanks, Zach.
controller.
Rest in
Thanks.
peace, brother.
Yeah, dude. R.I.P.
All right, so let's swing it into the next topic here. This one is this could get lengthy as well. So if you could only play one or two games your whole life, what would it be and why?
Okay.
It's kind of tough. That's actually really tough.
I know. I got one though off the bat. So I'm factoring in the amount of updates that it gets, everything, and longevity. GTA 5
Ooh.
is my number one. Just a game that is just, it's constantly updating. Hasn't like wavered since it came out, and I could play that if I was stuck with something. I could rock that for a long time. And then my other game besides that would probably like, are we listing two? I'm just giving you two.
List however many you want. There's really no.
I'm gonna list two. I could play Modern Warfare 2 probably nonstop as like a competitive game. I could rock that for a long time.
Do you think, now, here's another question. Modern Warfare 2 today or back then?
Back then.
I was about to say, you might have hackers flying around the map now. Who knows what they got?
Yeah.
God mode.
No.
Who knows?
Thank you. Not now. But yeah, back then, dude, we played the shit out of that game. I could play that style if there was lobbies the same way like that. Oh.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, I've played so many damn games. It's really hard to say, and I also get bored of games fairly easily.
Yeah.
But the one that really just comes to mind would have to be Skyrim, only for the fact that there's so many mods now. You can literally be playing a completely different game every day, honestly, which is crazy. You know, update the graphics, get a new follower, new quest line, new area of the map, new weapons. I just saw recently they added like Lord of the Rings weapons on the Xbox mods, which they probably had that for a long time on PC.
What, like Sting and stuff like that?
Literally all the weapons they had in the books and the movies, you can, use them in the game.
That is really cool.
So I think just because I've played it so much, and Skyrim is one of those games where you can kind of play it, but like you don't ever really get bored. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
there's
And you could try different styles of it. Like once you complete it, like you would have to bust out a whole path hard. Then you could just go down and try
or
that
like
stuff
yeah,
out.
it's the way the game's designed, which is so beautiful. I think is you can literally be an archer one day, you can go to one-handed the next day, you can go to two-handed, you can be a magic the next, you can be a sneaky stealth pickpocketer, you can really do anything. You could be unarmed and just fist pump people, just fight people. So I think it had to be Skyrim, honestly.
Solid choice.
Either that or The Witcher 3. Only because, dude,
Oh my God,
I have beat The Witcher 3 so many times, and it just is an amazing ride every time.
Yeah.
So if I had to replay that the rest of my life, I don't know if I get mad. And Gwent's in there. Gwent, the card game.
Oh yeah.
Great game.
God,
Very
now you're
addicting.
saying that, I'm thinking like Hearthstone, dude. I still to this day, Luke. I still to this day bust out Hearthstone here and
Do
there.
you really?
Yes, that game is awesome.
Man, I'm not jumping that in a long time.
Yeah, if you don't know what Hearthstone is, it's a Blizzard game. It's like a card, like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Magic the Gathering-esque style of gameplay, but it's virtually, obviously, on the, you can get it off any app store, but
Free, too.
yeah, it's free. It's really fun.
Yeah, I remember I started playing that sophomore year of college.
Yeah, and you hooked me onto it, Luke,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah, you got hooked on it.
zoned in on the shaman, dude.
Oh, yeah, Shaman. With the totem pole. I forget what his power was.
Totems. He would just summon random totems. And there was the one that would have the +2 on each side attack. And they would just... Oh.
I always loved the beast with the beast master, the one that had all the creatures, like the different beasts or whatever. He had like all the animals.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
his was the bow that just
bow?
did 2 damage. Yeah.
Dude, that's what's up. Daniel says he would go with FIFA. He could play that for hours on different teams and stuff like that. That's another game, like those sport games I could see, but I don't know. I just get sport games I used to be able to play, but I was never really great at them.
Man, for me, FIFA was always a game that everybody played, and then anytime I played it, I was so bad at it, and everybody else was so much better than me at FIFA.
It was fun though. I loved FIFA.
It's a fun game.
Great choice.
They just recently added the new 2K and Madden, and I guess FIFA's on there too, to Game Pass for Xbox.
Yeah.
So if you have Game Pass, they're all free, which is ridiculous.
For sure. I'm surprised you didn't say Fallout.
I was thinking Fallout 4, just because it's basically the same thing as Skyrim now with so many mods, even on Series X. There's thousands of mods you can get on Series X, but I don't know. I think with Skyrim,
You get
I just
a
like
little bit
the
more.
theme more. I don't know. I just like that fantasy type world just a little bit more, I think.
I agree.
But Fallout 4 would also be a good choice.
Yeah, I agree. For sure.
Cool. So now we can swing. That kind of, well, not really. But anyways, so our next topic would be, this one might get interesting too. So I saw recently on a forum, everyone's trying to predict like the new Assassin's Creed, like where do they think it'll take place in, like what time period.
Okay.
So which Assassin's Creed historical period would you want to see next? Either would it be feudal Japan, feudal Japan, World War I, ancient Rome, Mongolian Empire, U.S. Civil War, or 1920s Prohibition? I think all those could be a great game, but you don't only have to pick. You only could pick one.
I was just about to say that. All of those sounded really cool. I could see like the I don't see Prohibition. I don't see the Civil War. I could see like the Mongolian Empire. What was the first couple of choices?
Feudal Japan, World War I, Ancient Rome.
Ancient Rome.
Which honestly, with Japan, there's been like really diehard fans of Assassin's Creed that's been saying they're gonna bring it to feudal Japan for a long time now, and they just haven't done it yet. So I don't know if they will or what's the deal there.
I could see because of the Ghost of Tsushima, them wanting to maybe dive into that kind of stuff. Maybe because that game.
You would go to Rome. I kind of agree with Rome. I think Rome would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Only because Odyssey was really cool in ancient Greece.
But
See,
see,
they did
that's
ancient
why
Rome.
I wonder if they do something like that because they already did Odyssey.
I could see him definitely doing it. I don't know if it'd be the next game, but I don't know if you played Odyssey or not, but like at the end of the game, spoiler alert, you end up in ancient Rome, and I don't know if I'll spoil it much further than that, but you end up in ancient Rome at the end of the game. So, I mean, they already have like models and textures for it, so I think it would make sense at some point, but I just don't know when.
Yeah, for sure.
I think a Civil War would be really cool, but I don't know how they would do that. It did the Revolutionary War.
Revolutionary War.
And that was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but
they'll play a numbers game with it and just see what fans think.
I think the Prohibition though could be really interesting. I don't know how they could pull that off, but like think about like mafia, mobsters.
Cool. I just don't.
I don't know who would be assassinated.
Yeah, I don't know how they would play in the storyline to that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know either.
Think of something that we're not geniuses, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The new Assassin's Creed game, like I really did like it, but it just seemed like it dragged on at a certain point. I actually did play it and beat it, and it was a monster. And like about, I probably put like 50 hours into it, which is a ton. But probably about the 30-hour point, I was just like, oh, dude, this is just taking so long to beat. But I'm just one of those guys where if I start something, I got to beat it. I can't just let it halfway beat. So I got to finish it. But
for sure.
It's almost too open worldy. Like there's no cities. It was just like large landscapes, like wooded areas.
Those
and
maps
stuff.
Are massive, dude. Those maps are some of the biggest maps that we've seen in gaming.
I mean, yeah, the map is absolutely massive.
Like
but you just find yourself.
Dude, Black Flag was huge.
I would say Black Flag might be, if not my favorite, probably definitely top 2.
That's definitely my favorite of the Assassin's Creed franchise. That one was amazing.
Probably Assassin's Creed 2 is my favorite.
Pretty sure Black Flag is free on the Xbox Game Pass store.
I think it's on there. A lot of those old ones are on there.
Did you ever see the movie?
I saw like glimpses of it, but I heard it was pretty bad. That's what I heard about it.
Total bootleg version of it. It was in Japanese, but I watched the subtitles in American.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
So was it any good, or like what was the opinion on it?
It was trash. I hated it. I hated that I had to legit listen to a movie in Japanese with American, non-Japanese actors, and then read it in American.
Yeah, that really pissed me. What kind of bootleg website was that? What do you just type in freemovies.com?
I couldn't find it.
Click through like 30 different ads or pop-ups just to get to the video.
Me and Cody were drunk and we were just trying to find it to watch, and that was the first thing. And we're just like, yep, play it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I just saw it had really bad reviews. I don't think there's really been many good video game movies now that I think about it.
Action in it was super cool. It was really good action, but it's just like the storyline.
Now, did you see recently that the new Borderlands movie has a great cast? Kevin Hart's in it. Hold on, I need to pull up the cast. They have actually a stellar lineup. Let's see here.
Is there a trailer for it?
Not yet. Sandra Bullock's in it. Anne Hathaway. Who else? Kevin Hart. Jamie Lee Curtis,
Ooh.
Jack Black. Yeah,
Sold.
this could be really good.
Sold. Jack Black.
Which the Jumanji movies? Did you see the Jumanji movies?
Oh yeah,
the new ones.
They're so good.
Everyone thought those were gonna suck because they're like the remake, but they're actually surprisingly pretty good.
Both of them were. Like,
yeah,
I enjoyed both of them, dude. They were good movies.
And going into it, you're probably like, oh, this is gonna be okay, but they're pretty dang good, man.
Yeah.
So,
in my opinion. I also
side note
Green
there.
Lantern with freaking Ryan Reynolds, but everyone hates that.
That movie stuck, dude. What?
I thought it was cool, man.
Well, Green Lantern is a cool superhero,
That's
but
what
I don't
saying.
know.
Like, if I was happy that I got Green Lantern, but they could have done it so much better. I do agree.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that they gave us Green Lantern. But he was a better Deadpool for sure.
What's like the first good Marvel movie coming out in this new group of movies? You know, isn't what's her name?
Well, WandaVision is going on right now. I know that.
Is that any good? I've seen kind of mixed.
So it starts off
opinions on
very
that.
slow, but then everyone says if you stick with it, it gets very, very good. But it does start off really, really slow because spoiler, it goes into like a I Love Lucy kind of thing at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like black and white.
Interesting.
And
It's on Disney Plus, right?
Mhm.
I might need to check it out.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I've been trying to get Shana to watch it, but it might be something I have to dive into myself.
She's not a big fan.
I don't know. She loves those movies, but we'll see. It's not a big deal.
Well, maybe you should do that, man. So probably our next topic here is going to be, this one might hurt for all those gamers out there. Games are going to start costing $70 full rental price on new games. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is
Trash.
I think it was the CEO or somebody, some exec for the 2K games. I think he was in 2K. And they're basically justified the cost. So I don't know if you know, like NBA 2K21 had two different versions. One that was $60 for the normal consoles, and then they hiked up to $70 for the Series X and the PS5. Only reason is they cut basically the graphics were better. And so that brings to the point that a lot of gamers think that GTA 6, when that comes out, that's going to basically set the new standard for pricing, which I think you could justify paying $70 for GTA 6 just because of the value you're getting.
Yeah, after all the updates that they did for 5, you gotta be like, yeah, that's worth every penny.
That and just like the open world. And GTA is also one of those games where it's not like a live service model. When they release that game, it's the full game, maybe minus the online mode's not there yet, but it's not like Destiny or Anthem or any of these other games that, you know, were okay, but it's a different model. You're getting the whole game up front for 70.
That is so worth it. I totally agree.
But it is kind of scary though. I don't know, man.
It set a precedent. All these other companies are gonna be like, well, why can't my game and my developers get paid this amount of money? So we're gonna make it $70. Like,
yeah, and I think
send a domino.
I think to their point too, which I didn't realize this either, but I guess games, they went up to $60 back in 2005. So we haven't gotten a price increase since 2005, which it's been a long time.
That is
which
a long
I
time.
would you would have thought that the price would have went up somewhere in there, at least $5, $10. But I don't know, man. 70 a game. You've got to really start picking which games you want, especially new ones, you know?
For sure.
So that could get kind of scary.
Yeah, like I bought full price, or Shayna did for my birthday. She got me Rogue Squadron, or the new Star Wars game. Trash. I played it twice.
That wasn't even 60 though. It was only like, I think it only came out as 40. Yeah, what if? Was that worth 45 though, you think?
Not at all. I played it twice.
No. That's true.
It's got 21 viewers on Twitch. I can look it up. They got like
21.
Yeah, there's 21 people watching that game right now.
Some of my old RTS games I played had more viewers than that, and they came out like 20 years ago.
Brand new game. They definitely did.
Big Daddy, what's happening, man? What's going on, Zach?
Zach, welcome. Black Flag was an awesome open world game, yeah, dude.
But that 70, man, that's going to set people back, especially, I mean, every Call of Duty, well, the new Call of Duty, the Black Ops cost 70 on the Series X, so anyone that had the new consoles had to pay 70, you had no choice. Mm-hmm. So I really do think every game that's coming, which, I don't know, man, I love my Series X, but at the same time, I kind of really just want to move full-time to PC, because you can get games for so much cheaper, get the games run a lot smoother, I mean, depending on what kind of PC you have, but
the only thing
I don't know, man,
is the constant, well, not the constant upgrade, but parts are expensive. So that's the negative.
That is
parts
true.
Are expensive. But once you have it, and if you maintain it and you take care of it, you can have a PC and if you start like with a decent amount of hardware, like I would say get a new 3000 series graphics card if you're getting a PC now. I wouldn't be in like the 2070, 2080 Ti range. I'd go to the 3000 series, but once you have that, it's crazy. You buy all these expensive parts for like a $5 game.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Dude, I have this PC and I play a free game all the time. I play Warzone all the time. It's free.
That's also nuts, man.
Isn't
like
that?
The most popular game out of all games right now is free.
It's free.
I guess that's been like the past couple games, because like Fortnite kind of started that, and then Apex, and then now Warzone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fortnite set the precedent, the bar, and I think Call of Duty met. It's right there with Fortnite, I would think now.
Which that could bring it back to the point where, do developers start making their games free to play and just releasing it over a certain amount of time, like the full game, or do they just charge 70 up front? But then what you would hope is if they charge 70 up front, you're getting the whole game. And then if it's going to be free, you could it's understandable if you're not getting the whole game up front.
Yeah.
So different models. I'm interested to see kind of where it would go.
Yeah.
Probably some games would go both ways, I'd see.
Yeah, because the games that have both, like the Battlefront, for instance, it has a single player mode and it's got a multiplayer. So I don't know, do you leave like the one side to cost money and the other side be free, just like Call of Duty does? The game is actually, it costs money to play the multiplayer and level up weapons, but Warzone's free.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that kind of covers that. So now, kind of the exciting stuff here. We got some really cool gaming news for you guys in this podcast. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Microsoft finally just got the approval from the EA that the $7.5 billion acquisition, that's billion with a B, of ZeniMax Media, which is basically Bethesda's parent company. And that's $7.5 billion in straight cash. That is straight cash that they literally bought Bethesda with. And just for reference case, that's almost as much money as Disney spent for both Star Wars and Marvel.
That's
Think about that. Think about like, those franchises, Star Wars and Marvel, like those just brands.
That's
and Microsoft dropped that much money on Bethesda.
Bethesda, dude. Dude, Bethesda has been great for a while though, and I think they could be even better. There's been so many like Star Wars games I wish Bethesda would make over the years, like
And what's good though is since Microsoft acquired them, that means basically every single one of Bethesda's games will also probably be coming to PC.
Damn straight.
Because it's Microsoft. Sony's the one, they always like to keep it on their console. Now
For sure.
everything will be coming to PC and Xbox. So that's good for a lot of gamers, I would say.
100%. That's awesome. Dude, Bethesda, they have an awesome library.
Don't even get me started about Elder Scrolls now.
Dude.
Fallout. Even Dishonored. What else? There's some more. Well, those are the main hitters, at least.
Let's look it up. Bethesda games.
Doom. I wasn't a huge on Doom, but they were cool games.
Doom, Fallout, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, Dishonored, Wolfenstein.
That's right, Wolfenstein.
Prey, Fallout Vegas, Oblivion. Yeah.
So kind of on a side note, which is really cool, you know how Fallout New Vegas is, a lot of people consider that the best Fallout game ever, the one that was in New Vegas, or in Vegas basically. So Xbox bought recently, a couple years back, Obsidian, and they're the ones that own the rights to Fallout, but Bethesda and Obsidian were kind of battling each other's companies, so they would probably never release a New Vegas game. Now that Microsoft owns both of them, they're going to say, hey, you two, we don't care about your past issues. You're going to make a New Vegas 2, which is really exciting because that probably would have never happened if they wouldn't have bought Bethesda. So that could be good for a lot of gamers too.
That could, for sure. Damn. That's a big transaction.
That number is baffling to me, dude. 7.5 billion in cash. That's not assets. That's cash money. Cash money. So, and what's also really cool about that is that's literally going to bring, and they've already announced that every new Bethesda release is going to be coming to Game Pass on day one. So, I don't know if you have Game Pass already yet, bro, but I would highly recommend if you do have it.
Download right off. Dude, they have lacrosse on the Game Pass. Hello?
Okay, no one's getting the Game Pass for lacrosse. What?
Shout out to my Lax Bros. Yeah, dude. The Game Pass, Sea of Thieves, I've always kind of wanted to dive into for sure.
Yeah, so I have the Ultimate Pass. So I have everything bundled. So my subscription, Game Pass, and they also have EA Play. They have all the games from EA on there. They're gonna bring all the games from Bethesda. So there's a lot of games for you're not really paying that much money a month. There's at least probably 100, 150 games you could play whenever. So
yeah, that's
great value if you don't have it already.
Great value for sure.
So another cool little news story here, which I didn't even know about this. So in a recent podcast, Jeff Leach. So I don't really know who this guy is, but apparently he was in COD Ghosts and he was a voice actor. And he recently said in the podcast that everyone knows DrDisrespect got banned from Twitch, right? And no one really knows why. But apparently, due to Jeff Leach, he's saying it's due to money issues. So apparently, the accusation is that DrDisrespect was trying to leverage a new deal with Twitch at the time, and he essentially lied and said he had another deal with Mixer on the table while he was renegotiating his Twitch contract. But people think that's bullshit because that was like a week before Mixer got shut down. So they're like, Mixer wouldn't give you a big contract if they're about to go out of business. Yeah, so they think that Twitch is just like, okay, fuck it, get him out of here. We don't want him anymore. Which is crazy to think, but I didn't know this at all, that his contract for Twitch, his one he already had, was paying him $10 million a year. That's just absolutely absurd.
Just video games, man. I love it. He's an entertainer to the max, though.
Oh, he's my favorite streamer. He has to be.
Entertainer to the max, dude. He's like a mixture of like Will Ferrell, if Jack Black, like everyone into a streamer. Like just an amazing performer, dude. Mad respect for the doctor.
He really is.
Yo.
Did you ever see Case, by the way, of him? So he got banned from Twitch for a week because of what he did at E3 in the bathroom. Did you ever see that clip? What he did in the bathroom?
No.
You might need to pull this up on the actual.
Let's get it. I'll pull it up on the stream.
This is actually perfect.
E3 Doctor. Here, hold on.
Just type in DrDisrespect E3 bathroom, which I hope it's still up there. There should be one that still has it. There's a lot of guys that talk about it, but if you can find the actual
diarrhea,
pull it up.
Hold on.
And if you could please get volume on that as well, thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta take a diarrhea.
Yep, that's it.
Be right back.
So, reference to this. That was a live stream that he posted on his Twitch channel during E3. So he literally went live during E3 and posted that on his Twitch channel. And Twitch obviously saw that and weren't too happy about it. Yeah, we're paying this guy $10 million a year and he's nuking the bathroom on live on his feed. So I think it's kind of a mixture of things and why he's not with Twitch anymore, but
makes sense.
It seems that it kind of worked out for both parties in the end because he's making good money on YouTube now. He has a good following there. You know, all his followers went over to find him there, and I'm in Twitch. I guess Twitch has younger talent now. They got, you know, Nick Merckx, Tim Tatman, younger guys. So
Huncho Sith.
That's right. The Huncho Cheese Sith Father combo. They're paying us about $10 million a year, I heard, but I don't know about you guys.
Lolo. That's what's up, man.
So this is kind of exciting news. So recently, I just got a PS3 on eBay, and you might ask me, Luke, what the hell do you want to do with the PS3, man? Well, that's also a great question. So, you know, I've been gaming for a long time. There's not really anything I want to play right now. So I figured I kind of want to play some old school games. So I also bought the Ratchet & Clank collection on eBay. That should be here tomorrow. The PS3 should be here this week. I had to buy this capture card, this like old school capture card to basically stream the gameplay. So if you don't follow me already on Twitch, be sure to follow me at the Huncho Cheese. Or excuse me, just Huncho Cheese 10. We'll be streaming Ratchet & Clank 1, 2, and 3. The future series, or what is it? What do they call them? The other 3 games that came out on PS3 that I never played. We're playing those.
Yep.
And I want to get into like the Uncharted games, Last of Us. What else? Eventually I'll get it. Honestly, I think I might even get a PS4 at some point, like down the road, just because. Dude, there's some good games on the PS4 I want to play too. Dude, really good games.
Chat. Talk about someone who has played this, like these games in and out. Jak and Daxter, Ratchet & Clank. Like if you want to see someone beat this shit, yeah, Sly Coop beat the shit out of these games, you need to watch my boy's stream. Huncho, he is gonna show some awesome gameplay on those old games. I can promise you that.
Dude, I'm getting kind of nervous thinking about it.
Dude, that's gonna be nice. Dude, that's.
I know, but they're really hard to stream apparently because I don't know if you know anything about the PS3, but they have something. It's like it's basically something that's preventing you from streaming. So you have to buy this little special box. It's like a HDMI splitter. So you buy this little splitter, bring it to your capture card, display it through your monitor. So it's kind of a little bit tricky, but I think it's going to be so worth it. So
yeah, dude, that would be
if you
cool.
guys are interested, come and check me out. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 to 9. Sundays, 1 to 3. I have new streaming hours now.
Good
So
for
they're
you,
also on
man.
my Twitter. Check me out. So
The schedule. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
new schedule.
Good for you. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. Like 7 to whenever I stop. At Sith Father. But we appreciate you guys always. Week in, week out. We love getting this thing going. We want to have you guys reach out to our Gmail. It's LevelMeUp podcast or LevelMeUppod@gmail.com. Any questions you got, we'd love to have them. We also have we had a question of the week, right? This week?
Yep. Mailbag of the week.
What's in the bag,
So-
Luke?
This week, we have a question from mccgaming@gmail.com. He's saying, is Valheim, or Valheim, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, I think it's Valheim,
Yeah, about
going to become more popular than what Minecraft became? What do you think, Case?
bold. It's bold because, dude, the community with Minecraft, they're just, man, they're so big now. Like, the imagination that comes behind Minecraft, like, I think really can appeal to a lot of kids too, and that's what brings in a lot of that demographic. No, that's bold, but I think they have a good, idea on their hands with all the aspects of like Skyrim-esque play to bringing in mining and creating, crafting, all that stuff. I think it's a great idea. So it's $20 too. It'd be interesting.
Is it only 20?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's only $20 on Steam.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a decent.
So,
price.
for me, I never really got really huge in like those games like Valheim, whatever. But I remember when Minecraft came out. I remember my cousin was really big into it, which I don't even remember what year that came out. I think I was like in like 2006, maybe 2007. I think we were in middle school when that came out, right? Or sometime around then.
Here, I could fact check that.
But yeah, so he had like an Alienware laptop, and it was the first time I've ever seen one of those, which everyone knows Alienware is like always been like top of the line PC.
For sure.
But I remember just playing it. Of course, you didn't need that to play Minecraft, but I just remember playing it on there, and I was like, this game is just so unique and just so different than really anything I've ever played before, or really like since. And I never like played a lot of it, but I just played it, like Thanksgiving or holidays whenever I saw my cousin. But I don't know, man. Minecraft really hit the scene, and it hit the scene hard. It still has a huge following.
2009 was when it came out.
So we were in 9th grade. And just so everyone knows, if you were to know how many people are still watching Minecraft on Twitch, it's 157,000 people still watching Minecraft to this day. To this day. That's like a daily thing. I feel like it's always GTA, just chatting, and Minecraft top 3 every single day. So I don't know, man. I think Valheim is a great game. I also think it's a one-hit wonder. I don't think that those developers are going to make it really anything like that, and they are honestly kind of surprised of the popularity of the game.
Yeah, I would think so too.
So I think it'll be like a popular game for the foreseeable
bold.
future, but there's no way it's going to come close to Minecraft. No way.
For sure.
No way.
Appreciate the question, MCC.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, appreciate the question. And, like Case was saying too, if you guys got any other questions, shoot them over to us. If it's questions, comments, funny articles, or really anything, we'll open it up. We'll talk about it in the podcast. And that's, LevelMeUppod@gmail.com. So, you got anything else to add to this podcast, Case?
Nah, man, it was a good one. Always.
Absolutely.
Always.
appreciate you guys. Thanks, chat. Thanks for everyone sticking around. Appreciate you guys interacting with us.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, you've been awesome tonight. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, and I hope everyone has a good rest of their week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Awesome.